Ouch, ouch. You're on my hair.
Uh-oh.
This program is intended for a mature audience. If you are not 18 or older, stop listening and find more age-appropriate content. This show will cover topics in a satirical manner. If you are offended by any content herein, that is your own problem. As you have been warned, please do not try this at home, or anywhere else for that matter.
And now, for the most famous words in motorsports.
Oh, hell no!
And welcome to the Long Pistons Podcast. I'm your host, Gremlin Dave. Sitting to my left is Tripper.
Yo.
And sitting farther to my left is Lavin.
What's up?
I figured it out, guys.
I can't.
We think you can hear us. We're hoping so.
If you can hear us, just type in a number. Like,
Tell us to fuck off.
Have you
tell
tried
Dave to
crying?
fuck off.
I try crying. I cry in my sleep, and
How's the Mustang? I noticed it's not in your driveway anymore.
No, it's actually out in the road here.
Did you get a tire? Then I take it.
I actually got a set of rims.
A whole set of rims.
A whole
huh?
set of rims.
A
not
rim
It was
just
job,
one.
cheaper than a tire. I got some factory 2000 Ford Mustang rims and tires on it.
Yeah, that's that thing. What year is that thing? I think I saw it this summer.
Oh, wow.
Or a picture of it. Like, tell me about that. Is it 01? Like,
Yeah,
what?
it's 01 GT, 5-speed manual. Sinks going into third suck.
Well, that's everyone ever,
Mustang.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the Mustang.
The old
But-
T5 problems.
No, it's not a T5.
No?
It's
I
a
thought it was
36
T45.
No, 3650.
Oh.
Oh.
It's got the better transmission, kind of.
Doesn't sound like
It
it.
doesn't sound like it, man. Oh, you just traded the T5 problems for the whatever transmission, the Ford problem. Circled
Well,
it.
it's just, she's 19 years old. She's probably led a rough life.
A 19-year-old can take a pretty hard ride.
Oh, yeah.
Not as a car.
Oh, car.
Oh, right.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point.
About that.
She's probably been ridden pretty hard.
Mine are all like 25 years old-ish, maybe a little more, give or
True.
take. Mathing is hard.
The math thing?
Yeah, mathing is hard.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean,
Mapping. It is.
So, what you guys been up to?
Working on shit, and then working a shit ton, and then working on some more shit.
Awesome. So basically shit work.
Well, not really. I mean, did 60 hours this week at work, and because for some stupid reason, every time they ask if I want to work more hours, I open my mouth and agree to it. But mud tires and shit boxes are expensive.
Yes, they are.
I've been
Especially when you
eyeballing my
buy them.
neighbor's shit box, so I might have to go try to make a deal on that thing.
They do get expensive, especially like premium shitbox cars too, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they add up.
I mean, you're
man.
talking like $200-300 a time here. They get expensive in a hurry.
Yes, they do. Now, if I could figure out how to do a call-in, we could have a call-in, but I'm not sure how
I think
to
you
do
just
that.
hold your phone up to the microphone awkwardly and listen to all the interference. It'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
I don't think that
There you go.
works.
I don't think that's how it goes either.
I think you gotta plug it into the board with the adapter thing or something. Gary's got it all figured
Go
out.
ahead, guys. Keep talking.
I don't know how to talk. Yeah, so I mean, it's coming up on snowblower season, so I've been working on a fuck ton of them.
Snowblower, yeah. You always got like a crazy bunch of snowblowers, man.
Dude, fucking, there's money in it. People throw them shits out.
Tell you what, my solution to snowblower season is, just
Go
leave them all
somewhere
behind.
without
And,
snow.
yeah, go somewhere out like San Diego. Where there's no
St.
snow.
Diego.
The whale's vagina.
Yes.
That's a Charger.
I don't know what any of that is.
I couldn't tell you. I mean, yeah.
No, go ahead, guys. Keep going.
Yeah, but people throw the things out because nobody knows how to fucking clean out a carburetor, or God forbid you shut the gas off and run it out at the end of the year.
Hammers, like, we took that to the shop. The guy's like, just throw that thing away.
That thing was just done. I've got the engine from it still. The engine still runs.
Yeah,
good.
the Briggs and Stratton on that thing's great, but he's like, this thing's roached.
Yeah, I just literally pulled the engine off it and shit canned the rest.
Yeah.
There wasn't nothing left of it. It was so rotted out and just it was done for. Everything underneath was locked up.
Yeah.
She was done for.
Oh, yeah.
But again, you figure that thing was probably 25 years old. You gotta go like the 45-year-old ones. Those things just never die, no matter what you do to them.
Right? Those ones you just couldn't kill them.
Keep a bit of oil in them, and they'll be all right.
Does anybody have a male-to-male end?
I've got one male end. Jeff has another.
Dude, I don't want a sword fight.
I was thinking spit roast.
I thought we were here to talk about fucking cars.
I just need a male-to-male end.
Not about male-to-male shit.
Dave is looking for 2 males to spit roast with. If anyone's interested, call the toll-free hotline now.
Well, they can't call because I need a male-to-male end.
I don't know what to do for you here, bud.
Dude,
Does anybody see any extra wires on the table?
Bruh, there is so much stuff on the table.
Actually, there's not. I mean, there's no the wire. The wire thing used to be like right there in the center. I
don't know whatever happened to that. It's been gone for months.
Yeah, couldn't tell you. I mean, this is only like my second time back and first time talking back in the studio.
I'm still really proud of Dave. I mean, we're pretty sure we're live. If not, we're talking to ourselves.
Well, Cody seems to be messaging, so I think he probably...
Cody's messaging? Hey, Cody.
Which one? The discharge or the...
What? Discharge.
Discord, that's the one. Sorry, guys.
Discharge. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah, we're definitely live.
Ooh, there's one behind you, I think.
Woohoo!
Right there. I see a male end. I just don't know what it goes to.
I mean,
who knows?
It stays in my pants where it belongs.
Well, here, can I grab that from you?
This is
He's grabbing my male end. I want it noted.
This is working on cars, not...
Yeah. Other than that, yeah, snowblowers, some lawnmowers still floating around. The shit box gonna be plow truck.
Nice.
Somebody want to call me to see if this works?
I don't want to, but
Shit, I can't give you... You've got my number, don't
just
you?
give out his number live on the air. It'll be fine.
1-800...
1-800-SUCKS dick. SUXDICK.
I don't actually know what I have you under.
Look at there. Call me on Messenger.
Bruh, nobody ever answers a Facebook Messenger call.
I will this time.
Why?
Dude, like you actually answer if here I'm calling you right now.
Okay, I just want to see if this works.
Should we just blow him up?
Do you hear
Let's
it?
call him. Be
I
like,
hear
I'm
something.
going to do the Cobra and be like, hello. Hey,
We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
I performer on street. I play the rock
I
tune.
don't know
I go,
if this is working
I go,
right. Hey,
do.
Jeff, get up and walk away for a second.
Dude, it's
No!
echoing.
I know. That's why I want you to get up and walk away to see if it worked.
To see if it works.
Yeah.
We're using you guys as our test dummies tonight.
Yes. All
You're
right.
gonna call in from the shitter. Just try not to grunt too loud.
Yeah, let's see if this works. I almost hear something.
I heard it, but it was very echoey because I was hearing him talk too. So it may work.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
All right. Well, it's still an echo, but I think it's because you're right there.
Yeah. How right here?
Hey, this kind of works. Can you hear me now?
Oh, I can hear you.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
Sweet. All right. I think we figured this out.
Sweet.
All right. You can hang up now.
Bye.
Bye.
Ouch, ouch, you're on my hair.
All right. So I think we can do the special guest.
And who is our special guest tonight, Dave?
Hold on. I'm working on it.
Bruh, you're supposed to announce people before they come in. Like
Yeah, come on.
WWE fighters.
Don't you know we just wing this shit?
On this show, I guess we do.
Highly trained professionals, folks. Don't let them fool
I know. You gave him the keys to the captain's seat, and look at. I mean,
I'm working on it.
I remember this is kind of like the Exxon Valdez. You know, if we're talking about motor stuff, you know, just give a guy like some Mountain Dew, keys to the ship, and he crashes it into the fucking reef.
It's gonna be fine.
Send it.
I am still looking for a mud tire sponsor. If anybody wants to like hook a guy up, set of 35, 12, 5, 17s.
Speaking of tires, I'm getting new tires on the truck. We're gonna burn these other ones off.
You gotta do it in front of David's house.
Where's David's house?
That seems to be the way everything goes.
Perfect.
We can't release that information on air.
Well,
we could. Just go
We
to
could-
Milton and look for all the black marks and add more to them.
I'll drop a pin.
Well, it's either that or his driveway.
Yeah,
works, too.
they'll either end up in my driveway or they'll end up in front of your house. One of the two.
Perfect. Let's roast them. I got some nice tires. It's losing air. It's time. I got about 50,000 miles out of those things.
It's a lot. I don't think I've ever gotten a set of tires to last nearly that long.
It's pretty good, man.
I tend to
And I
accelerate
roast
the
them.
wear on mine.
I roached the shit out of them. You should have seen some of the zigzag marks I got.
You might have to dump your house off though first.
Oh, I'm definitely going to do that.
Otherwise, that just seems like extra strain on everything to try to do burnouts with it on there.
Oh, yeah. So,
I bet it will. Have you tried doing one with it on there?
I've got them a little bit on there.
You're like,
Turn up to 5.
get a little gassed up.
Yeah,
and,
there's somebody. I was coming back
together.
from the beach and this fucking guy in a convertible tried to, like being like, "Oh, I'm all cool. I'm gonna speed around you." I just fucking left him in a cloud of black.
He's like,
smoke.
that guy's house just passed me.
He's like, "What the fuck was that?" They call it Mad Max down there. Kind of looks like it.
Yeah, I guess the flat black.
Oh, I'm throwing a winch on the front too.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, 12,000-pound Warren winch from
In
the
case
Forest
you bury
Service.
your house ever.
In case I bury the house, yeah.
It's probably actually a good plan.
Yeah.
Especially you go up in the mountains and desert and whatever else.
Exactly. I'm gonna put it on a hitch so I can throw it on the front hitch or the back hitch. That way it's transferable. Because sometimes you get stuck in you're going forward and you need the winch in the back.
Depends
not in the
where you
front.
got something to recover from.
Yeah, exactly. So it's good to have both those options.
Because I imagine that thing's not light with the house on the back.
Oh
of it.
no, we're pushing. Technically, I should go into every waypoint because I'm 10,000 pounds.
Well, even without the camper, that truck's pretty heavy.
Yeah,
anyways.
they're not
it's-
light.
Yeah, it's like 8,000 pounds without it, just shy of that. Then you have the camper, it's just shy of 2. So, and then dry weight,
You've
plus all the
Then
water.
there's you, and
fill it
then-
up,
hookups.
fill it up full of fat bitches, and next thing you know, you're getting tickled into the way stations.
and the PBR.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I mean-
important.
Spotted cow. Spotted cow.
Spider Cup.
Spike.
That's right. You're refined.
I'm refined, but, sometimes it's the banquets when you can't get the PBRs.
Those fly at street signs really awesome.
Oh, they do.
Spotted cows.
No, the little shorty bottles.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
show you. They do. I can tell you from fact. $3.95. I definitely was get 5 out of 5 for every fucking speed sign we threw it at. We stopped at gas stations. Every little thing. It's $3.95. There's no cops. From once you hit Victorville, where they make meth, to all the other little meth towns until you hit Mammoth Lakes. Pretty much, there's nothing in between there. It's 100, 200 miles of nothing.
Except meth
Except meth. Lots of meth.
and broken beer bottles.
And banquet bottles. And there's some shotgun shit. We definitely blasted some signs and shit, too.
I just realized I forgot to put it on Facebook that we are live.
Hey, we're
Facebook,
live,
we're
Facebook.
live.
That would explain why we have one listener.
One
Yeah.
listener.
That's probably me.
2 listeners then.
Say, there's
Oh, wait,
me.
Two.
it is- where'd you find me? Is it on? Did you go to Facebook or what'd you go
No,
to?
it's on Spreaker.
Ah, son of a bitch.
It's on Spreaker. Just put it on
Spreaker notifies my phone.
It pings it.
It's like,
Hey,
bloop,
so
listen up, fuck
my
six.
latest project, I ripped apart the M. Got the BMW M5. Ripped that apart. Changed out the clutch. We're going with the stage 1 from the dual mass to the single mass. Single mass flywheel, excuse me. So doing that. Lightweight clutch. All that stuff. It kind of needed it anyways. It was just it's a shit car. It's one that has salvage title on it.
Yeah, then you don't have to worry too much about it.
Yeah.
Keeps them cheaper.
Or rebuilt title, not salvage. But
Oh.
fuck, those things go for, in good condition.
Apparently, Cody shared it for you.
People are paying 25, 40 grand for those things. 20-year-old car.
Yeah, that's
So-
excessive. For a
Yeah,
Fucked
but
out
it's
old
one of those
BMW.
cars. It's one of the last analog years of that car that everybody loved to drive. So, hey, if there's a market, I'm going to sit on it for a little bit, then flip it.
I would just scrap it and get it over with.
I'm thinking that. Well, it needed the clutch, so I'm putting that in there. But yeah, I'm gonna see what it's worth in the open market.
Just build it into a drift missile. All of a sudden, it'll be worth like $10 grand.
Oh, the drift missile! Everybody loves it.
bet.
It kind of already is. It's got the 285s, 295s on the rear.
Weld the diff up, and away she goes.
Oh yeah,
Throw
Drifter.
like the Walmart, hard plastic race bucket in there, and some 5 points that are just literally tech screwed to the ceiling or something, and away it goes.
there you go. So we should one of these times when I'm back, we should definitely do who could find. We need to make an episode where we film this, and me and you, we go get our dream ship boxes.
I've owned a lot of shit boxes.
But the ship box where we gotta go on we gotta make a cool little checkpoint where you go on some cool things, do some weird shit, and then you make modifications to it.
wow, that sounds expensive.
Nope, these are modifications where you can take parts off or remove it. So our budgets for these ship boxes should be something around $500.
That's expensive.
But here's the deal: you can take stuff off the car and sell it to get your
so you
modifications.
can, like, scrap the aluminum rims and the cat off of it. And, like,
and get like your modifications.
Fair enough.
But I mean, you can also make some cosmetic stuff. Like there's one time we had this $200 ship box. We drove from Colorado to California. My modifications, I made T-tops on a 4-door Honda Accord.
Nice.
Oh yeah, Sawzall. Like I sold the trunk, or I sold something for scrap metal, enough to go rent the Sawzall.
There you go. Yeah, me and my brother did a convertible Comanche pickup with, barn hinges. And just, you would literally, you'd unratchet strap the thing
Tripper,
from the floor.
Can you hand me that charger behind you?
No,
My phone is apparently
maybe?
about to die now.
Jesus. Gremlin.
I didn't charge it.
Yeah,
I'm taking full responsibility.
if you're going to take callers,
I'm trying.
you got to charge it, brother. You got to charge it.
Yeah, but, you'd pull the ratchet strap up from the floor and the whole thing would just fly into the bed. So you could do it, while you were driving down the road. You just pop the ratchet strap and the whole top would just flop into
Cody
the bed of the
shared
truck.
the link. Not to Blown Pistons Facebook, though.
Yeah, I kind of noticed.
He kind of knows,
Hey,
Cody.
Tripper, I have another demand. Can you plug this in?
Dave's
I don't know
figuring
what you
out
want
life
it
here,
plugged
folks.
into.
The strip.
Don't worry about it.
My phone just shut off. It gave
Special
out.
guest caller, nobody.
I mean,
Well, I'm working on stuff here. I'm trying.
you got the Ford of phones.
I can't lie.
Hey.
It's about it.
Did you hear about the new Ford trucks?
Do they have a heated tailgate?
Yep.
I thought that was Chevy.
Nope. No,
those
the
are
new
just,
Ford.
those are just junk. They
No.
have forklift pockets in the back.
Oh, so you can push them easier?
Yeah, they're too heavy to,
Well, that's
to push by
You know,
hand.
that's actually nice of them.
That was really nice, but those
Does it
Ford,
come with a
those heated
forklift?
tailgates on the Fords, they don't work because they're fucking recalled.
The tailgate is recalled?
Yeah, for the heated tailgate not working.
That's a bummer.
That's a Ford thing. Everything's recalled.
No, I don't want to start.
Even the owners. Man, you got the Ford phone.
I did.
Big facts.
Now it's all hooked up to everything. It looks like it's on life support. We're good.
It probably is.
What the hell was that?
I was watching a surf video. Actually, no, the kids were fucking checked. I just popped up the fucking Insta. The kids were fucking killing me last night.
Okay.
Got my ass kicked by a bunch of fucking kids, by a bunch of fucking 9-year-olds.
How many 9-year-olds can you beat up, Jeff?
Well, apparently,
My number's on 5 at once.
5 at once?
If they took them on at 5 at once,
they got me last time on my birthday. It was 6 at once. Then I got spanked to death.
Huh.
you got spanked to death.
Yeah. I mean, how many kids are gonna be excited when they can tackle an adult and be like, "He's X amount of years old. We can spank him over 30 times."
No, this
Shank
phone,
him in the kidney.
This phone does suck. It went from 30% to nothing.
It's because you tried to do something with it.
That's because
Yeah.
it's got a Ford logo on it.
No, this one actually don't.
I'm surprised.
Well, it kept going to shit. So
You should just put a Ford logo on it. It makes sense.
Put a Toyota logo on it. It'll last forever.
There you go. Or a Honda logo. All you gotta do is change the oil.
true, the thing will actually fall apart, but
Actually,
it'll
check
run.
the oil.
Wait, you checked the oil? I checked the oil on my truck the other day. Apparently, I've got the 350 2-stroke option on my truck. Fucking thing uses a quart of oil every 500 miles. Apparently,
Yeah, we had a work Dodge truck like that once. Every time you got it, every time you went and pumped up gas, you put 2 quarts of oil in the motherfucker.
see, this is only a quart every third tank or something. So not atrocious, but
Oh no, you saw that blowing out the back of it.
I was expecting a puddle underneath it or something. I looked, I was like, no, it's still dry under there.
Yeah, you'd be hauling concrete panels, and you're like, huh.
You just listen for the lifters to start ticking, and then you're like, oh, oops, time to pull over and add oil.
You just watch it belch out.
I actually had a Ford like that. It would use 5 quarts a day, whether it was running or not. So you'd pour 5 quarts in it, drive it to work, and on the way home, I would get to my ramp on the interstate, and the lifters would start ticking, so I'd shut it off, coast down the ramp, pour 5 quarts in, drive it home, and I have to pour 5 quarts in again in the morning to get to work.
Wouldn't it just be
Jesus.
easier just to walk and just pour the oil right in the ground?
Well, I mean, that spot finally, first apartment I had in Milton, there's finally not an oil stain there now. And that's been over a decade it took for that to dissolve.
I'm impressed.
I was waiting for him to like re-blacktop and it all just like lift right off because there was just so much oil there. It was great because like you would pour 5 quarts in and then if you decided, fuck it, I'm not going anywhere, like it would all just pee out. Like the whole oil pan was just rust.
So would you just get like a jug of like shit motor oil or what?
Yeah, I was literally taking drain oil from all my buddies that work on cars and shit. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, I was like, that wasn't full of metal, I'll take it.
Perfect.
He's like, well, this one was full of metal. I was like, well, we'll run it through a paint strainer.
There's a little bit of gear oil in there.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's fine.
Some brake clean. I mean, that thing didn't care. You know, good old 351 Windsor. When I got it,
Those things will run forever.
It ran on 5 cylinders when I bought it. It had literally, the plugs were so rusty, the porcelain came out of the middle of them.
Oh, nice.
But they all came out of the block, though. And I put 8 new spark plugs in. It left the wires. And it ran on 7 cylinders then. So it was a good
Nice.
truck. It had been somebody's plow truck for 25 years, so you know it was
Oh,
just
that would
pristine.
explain it then.
Oh,
Just
it's amazing.
pristine underneath. Much like all my vehicles are just complete shit piles. But yeah, I got the hideous new teal truck. I've been pretty much daily driving that thing since I got it up and going the second time.
What happened to the old S10 plow truck?
That one, the frame was rotting out behind the rear leaf springs, and the cab was pretty much disintegrated, and I don't know. It had its issues, so I gave up on that thing let it go off to the big scrapyard in the sky. It was a good truck, though, you know.
It plowed some driveways. Probably.
It did. It did some plowing.
Sorry.
Feedback.
People are talking.
Well, no, I'm just trying to make sure everything's working because
Oh, did
we
you
have a
hear
go
that?
from our caller.
That's the sound every time you hear a Ford start up. Meh.
At least it starts.
It doesn't run.
Sometimes. I mean, he made it here. He was
So wait.
only like 20 minutes late. I'm assuming
wait.
because he drives a Ford.
Because he drives a Ford. You can't fault him. I mean, that's Ford owner time. You know, like you got...
He probably had to have the old lady push to the top of the hill and then take his Instagram pictures, then push him down the hill so he
Look how
pop start
fast
it.
I'm going.
Look how fast I'm going. He takes a picture when he starts it up, you know, when it goes on the speedo coast and like recalibrates. He's like, oh yeah, 140. We're doing
140 and all the lights are on. That's just because my tune. Don't worry about it. Bad ground in the dash.
That's really bad ground in the dash. I didn't just start my car.
Switches it to kilometers and then takes the picture.
Looks like you're going, wait, those are kilometers per hour. We on the Autobahn, bro, or what?
Keep going, guys. I'm
What would you drive over here, Dave?
the Mustang.
The Mustang?
The race car.
Sweet. Let's go for a spin afterwards.
Okay.
Will it do a burnout still?
Yes.
You should roast
It
those.
actually does a burnout really a lot easier because the wheels that are on it now, the tires are half as wide.
Does it
Oh.
catch second gear pretty good?
What about third gear? How's that third gear holding up
I mean-
to it?
Well,
Third gear, you kind of got to double clutch it in it a little bit.
Just whale that fucker in there.
Just slap it right in.
Actually have somebody sit in the back seat and kick it into third gear.
well, no, it'll go in. It just makes a nice little sound as you go.
Yeah, that's fine. You just kick it in, you won't have time to
That's
hear
good
that.
for it.
Stupid phone.
Buddy.
I'm working on it here.
It's going to be all right. I don't know why anybody would want to call into this anyways.
Who knows?
Are we a turbo now?
Turbo. Oh, diesel. Pew! Pew!
Whoops.
Oh, that's a Ford sound. You still got that 6-liter diesel?
Yes, I do.
Somebody just sent me a picture of a Toyota Camry dash.
Going like 190.
It's in park and they need to get gas. 165,000. The thing's just getting broke in. It's a 98 Camry. That thing's mint.
Dude, that's all you gotta do is just check the oil on that like every 10 or 20,000. It's optional.
We change it like every 5 or something ish, give or take.
Oh, you got a Camry?
I don't anymore. I did. I bought myself a really nice shit box, and then I promptly sold it off without ever driving it anywhere but home. Because, you know, it was probably too nice for me
It's
anyways.
too nice. You need a good ship box.
I've got 3, but I've been eyeballing a 4th. We'll see.
What's the 4th one?
It's like another, mid-90s Chevy or GMC pickup. This one's an extended cab long box. It's blue. I don't have a blue one. I've got a teal and a green.
Holy shit! So you have like a fleet of Chevy trucks. So you have enough. So if one breaks down, you can just take parts off one.
Well, yeah, I mean, I could, but I'm just going to keep fixing them both. I bought a whole third truck, parted it out, kept the engine, the cats, and the rims and tires off of it, and I still made $10 off of it.
Wait, the cats? The catalytic converter?
Yeah, I kept the whole downpipes for my green truck because I cut them off the green truck. And
It's a little loud?
it's a bit louder than I would really want it nowadays, now that it's manual swapped. Like, it just does all kinds of popping and cackling and shit, and it's kind of annoying. I was like, versus putting mufflers on there and giving in to everybody that's told me for like 2 years now that I should put mufflers on it.
Oh, no doubt.
I think I'm just going to put cats on it, and then I'm going to tell people I didn't have to put mufflers on it.
You take those things on like a long trip, like with, straight pipe, especially with the diesel, because I got, like you're doing about 70, 80. You just get that hum. That it just hums you to sleep.
Well, that's why you get mud grips and, straight pipes, and it's just like, yeah, you probably want to pull your hair out after an hour.
Oh, I mean, try
Plus
10-hour days.
It rides kind of like a grain or like a hay wagon, with no suspension. It rides about the same as that.
Shocks are all shot.
Yeah, it's got 200 and something thousand on it.
1,500 is it a 3/4?
It's a 1,500. It's got the factory shocks on it from 1996, and the
good
torsion
quality.
bars are turned almost all the way up.
The keys are
The
like,
sway bar links hit the upper control arm, so it just rides awesome.
Ka-kunk.
It's mint.
amazing
The
ride.
only piece of front suspension that's been changed is the upper ball joints, because I exploded one hauling a dump trailer the one day up a big bumpy driveway.
Ooh, nice. I just did I redid the whole front end. Upper and lower ball joints, inner outer tie rods, idler arm, everything with the pitman arm. The pitman arm was good.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, typically every part of a Chevy is junk underneath the front end. Like,
Oh, yeah, those independent IFSS, they're
yeah, I don't know.
Garbage.
They really went wrong when they did that. Like, they should have stuck with like the Ford plan. Like, Ford went back to it. They were like, no, guys, this independent. No, fuck that. Let's just put a straight axle back under the big trucks. And
I
call
thought
it a
about
day.
doing a conversion.
Yeah, the only shitty part about that is there's not a good way to do it without getting a lot of lift out of it. Like,
Yeah. Then you go with the Dana or something like that.
and you end up with like 6 inches of lift, and
Yeah.
especially with your house on the back of it, you really want to have to jump to get into your house. Like, fuck that.
I mean, I don't mind jumping into it, Just put a rope ladder down. Be like,
Tree swing in there,
pirate ladder. Yar.
Bruh, I'm getting ready to throw my phone.
Dude,
It just died again.
dude. Charge it.
I'm trying.
Did you
Well,
try
just-
turning it off and back on again?
Yeah, it does it itself now.
You need like one of them booster packs.
Yeah, I know. I had one.
sounds like you just need a new battery in that thing.
No, I just need a new phone. It's getting old.
How old is it?
About a year.
That's not even that old.
Stop buying Fords. Cough, cough. Well, it could be worse. It could be a Chrysler owner.
Fiat.
Fix it again, Tony.
Pretty much.
Anybody else got any, all right, so Ford, they got 100 names. Dodge, drops oil, differentials, gears everywhere. Jeep, just empty every pocket.
Pontiac. Go for it.
Can't say it. Might get censored.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd say that one on the air either.
Yeah, I don't think we used to be able to say a lot of stuff on there, but not that. So all right, Chevy or Chevrolet and GMC? I've heard Garage Man's Companion, but who's got the shit on that?
Chevrolet's like cracked head, every valve leaks, engine ticks or some shit.
That's it. I've heard that one before.
Yeah, I think my dad used to have that sticker on the back of his Ford truck, and then I drive all Chevys nowadays. I literally own 3 Chevys right now, and I'm
Yeah, my
eyeballing
dad was a
fourth.
Ford guy forever.
I don't know. I have bad juju with Fords. Like, I've almost died in every Ford I've ever driven.
So here's my thing: when Ford started fucking the pooch, is when they got rid of the 351 and they went to the modular engines of the 4.6, the 5.4.
the 4.6s were good. It's the
5.4,
5.4s,
the
the
5.4.
3 valves.
All
Are
right.
awful.
Also, number 3 and number 7, spark plug. I mean, how many times have you heard one of those? And I walked up to a guy with a Navigator, a few people with
You're like, bro, you're
Expeditions.
missing a spark plug.
They're like, what is that? I'm like, pop the hood. I'm like, look at number 3 or look at number 7. One guy pulled number 3. I'm like, I bet you it's number 3. First thing he does is pulls it. He's like,
You're like, hey, look, there's air coming out.
he's like, Oh, yeah. I'm like,
Oops.
there you go.
Yeah, Johnny knows about that one. He's not here tonight, but he had the V10, which does the same shit.
Ooh, except you got two more
Except you got
extra.
2 more extra to
You got
hopefully
2 more
change.
big problems right there. Yep. And then
You know, I gotta say, I'm proud of you guys.
the
Keep up the good
7.3.
work.
Don't worry. We'll,
then
we'll
7.3.
keep
Thanks for
going.
carrying the show for me.
Seriously, 7.3 was a great engine. That was a
Yeah.
great power plant.
That's a Navistar engine, though.
It was, but they could have probably figured that one out.
Then
instead.
again, I mean, Dodge rides on the Cummins fame, and
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a good engine. Don't get me wrong.
It's a
I've
good
owned
engine.
one.
Yeah.
Thing was a trooper. It was a
Yeah.
91 non-intercooled,
7.3.
non-overdrive tranny truck. Like, I should have kept that fucking thing.
And then you got the 6.0 toilet.
Yeah.
Wait, they're not bad once they're bulletproof.
Yeah,
once they get
once
over
you-
that issue, you're
Once
good.
you buy the truck again,
Yes.
Yeah.
Once you put $20,000 into your $20,000 truck,
Well,
you can buy it
I only
secondhand.
put 62.
there
terrible.
you go though. I mean,
$62?
Yeah, I wish.
1,000? 62,000?
100. 6,200.
Oh,
how many ship boxes can you buy with $6,200?
Quite a few.
a lot. I mean, you're talking. Let's think here. An average shitbox price is like $500.
I mean, you could have done worse, Graham. You could have got a 6.4, which like you thought they like made a big mistake with the 6.0, and then they just
You could have bought a Prius or a minivan. Although you need a van, but you need like a real man's van, like a short bus or prison bus of some sort. Prison bus might be better.
Prison bus with the Cummins.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't get 6.1. I mean, or take the one out of your truck. Get the same engine your truck has, so you don't got to buy
You
it
said
again.
the body's falling apart on your truck. I mean, you could buy like a van,
body, yeah,
a van with a
way-
blown up diesel in it and swap that in there.
You should. There you go.
Get a 4-wheel drive excursion van thing. Ooh, get a diesel excursion.
Diesel Excursion would be cool.
Those are pretty pimpin'.
Those
I'll
are
be
pretty
honest.
cool. Yeah, I saw those. Have you seen Diesel Duramaxes though? Like some of the conversions they've done.
The
Those are pretty cool.
Suburbans and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those look
It's
pretty
just
badass.
so much fucking work to shoehorn one of them things in there, though. Like,
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I respect
Okay.
it. I'm not gonna do it.
All right,
No.
guys.
Hey,
I'm going to see
guys.
if this works. Okay.
Oh, it's gonna work.
wait up, guys.
We've
Fill
been
up
waiting for the
keys.
whole show for this.
We don't even know who you are, but welcome to our special
Welcome to the
guest.
show.
No. I'm calling him now.
You're
Yeah.
calling him.
Save your hello.
You're saying they're not listening in?
Oh, Jesus.
What
Christ.
kind of special guest is this?
Oh man.
Look, I suck at my job. All right, fuck off. Oh, shit. Still got one more button to do.
That's fucked up.
So I suck. I hope this works.
I don't hear anything.
It's calling.
I hear it.
Oh, here you
It's
go.
ringing.
Hello, is this Kyle?
Hey, what's going on, David?
Hey, not much, man. How the hell are you?
Good, good. I was listening to the show actually, and I'm like,
Oh, I'm
talking about me. That can't be me.
I'm sorry.
It is you. Hi, Kyle.
All right, so
I feel
guys.
fancy.
Oh yeah. All right, so guys, we have Kyle Thompson, who is sorry, trying to grab my notes here. He runs a YouTube channel. Oh shit, I can't read my writing.
I bet he could tell you.
I failed.
Wow.
Yeah, you might want to actually just say the name of your YouTube channel. Modern Greaser, if I wrote down my notes right.
That is correct.
No, my volume won't go any farther, man.
Okay.
All right, sorry, just technical issues. I usually don't run this show on my own, and the guy that runs the show, he's actually at work.
He's
so.
new. He doesn't know what to do.
He's figuring it out. We're all figuring it out as we go. Thus is life.
Well, typically I'm just the host. I'm not, doing everything.
Well, welcome, Kyle.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, Kyle. Welcome. Let's hear more about this YouTube channel. Yeah.
Yeah, so going into
Yeah.
it, I know you got a lot of cool stuff on your YouTube channel, and I mean, you even brought back like your old GTO that you had in high school, which I still remember that car.
What?
Yeah. It's kind of funny. It's weird. So, I want to say probably back in like 08 or something like that. A buddy of mine had a Subaru STI up in Machese Park, and he had a blow-off valve on it, and it was all kind of done up with all these extra parts. And I was like, dude, I want to put a duck call on your blow-off valve. And he's like, okay. And So we went over to like Advance Auto and bought some crap, and went to Dick's and bought a duck call. So for like $50, which sounds like a lot of money, but you know, it was totally worth it. So like we like rigged this thing up to his car, so that every time you accelerate, you like, and you let off and be like,
wait, hold on.
Like a duck.
So it's like, pew!
Yeah, it was like totally, and you could put a moose call. You could do whatever you want. So like that,
Nice.
and it was a big file to send to him back then. So I'm like, oh, let me just upload it to YouTube, and I put it on, and then it had like 1.4 million views like right away, and then
I'm pretty sure I've seen that video.
That's money on it. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And if I would have stuck with it, I'd be like big time YouTube. But then I just let it fester, and then a couple of years, about 2 years ago, I started the channel up, and I was like, oh, I'm just doing this because it's fun. But yeah, that's kind of how I kind of got started with that. But now I was like doing it for a hobby, and you know, just there's so many people with cool cars. There's just like unlimited stuff that can be filmed, you know, and thrown on the channel.
Well, I know some of the cars that you've done are some high-end cars and that. I mean, do you just have people that loan you the car, or do you just, you know, they just let you play with it?
Yeah, you know, I like playing with it, so, you know, I just usually have to be alone for that. I don't really want to be, you know, with the you know, person in the, you know, but that was supposed to be a joke. That's supposed to be, you're all supposed to laugh.
Oh.
But,
Our teleprompter's not working.
that was my fifth grade humor. No, seriously, no. Down here, so I'm down in Tampa, Florida now. Been down here since actually 2007. I've been down here, and when I kind of started this up, I just had a lot of friends with cool cars. I have a friend with, you know, working lift, and he's a big rotary guy, and he's got a bunch of RX-7s, and they have like one of his friends in his garage that they're working on their 2JZ swapping 64 Mercedes, I want to say.
Oh, wow.
Just like all kind of, it's all on air ride, just like all this random
What
stuff.
are they,
I'm like, I should really do something about it.
Are they going to
you know?
drift that thing or what? That sounds kind of fun.
Yeah, the guy that owns it is like a huge Mercedes guy. He's the one that I did a video on his car. He has like one of those Black Series that, you know, doesn't have like the back seat delete, and it had a Wisec supercharger on it. And so that was like one of the kind of the first videos I did with his car. And I don't know, I just kind of, like you guys, I love cars, and
Sweet.
I found myself down here like, well, there's more than just there's like all kinds of anything you can think of. You're just like, well, they've got this and that, and I have no effing clue what a
You can go ahead and swear. We're not
Oh, dude, it's all good. Yeah, we've
Yeah.
been swearing all fucking day. So what's the weirdest? So I mean, I've seen the 2JZ Beamer, where a buddy of mine has a drifter. But what's the weirdest car you've seen down there? Because you don't get the Rust Belt like you do up here in Wisconsin or like the East Coast of Maine. So like, what's the weirdest thing you've seen there? Like, you know, like a Subaru Brat or like something that's just mint pristine and just awesome.
something you don't typically
Something
see
you just
around
don't
here.
typically see. It's just weird and random.
Well, you know, it's like it took a while for me to get used to it because, like you guys, everything, you know, just rots out so fast because of the rust. And when I see a rusty car down here, I'm like, I stop in my tracks, like, oh wow, that's neat. Like if you guys saw like an '87 S10 drive by and it looked like showroom mint, you'd be like, what?
Yeah,
You know?
you're,
Right.
you're talking Tripper's language
I
right
actually
now.
saw one up in Door County the other weekend. It was spotless. I was like, that is just gross. I was like, I didn't know one of those still existed. It was like showroom new looking. I was like, huh?
No doubt.
That's what that looked like.
And it was a square body S10 pickup with a topper all color matched. Ugh.
I know. I bring my truck out here and everybody trips out on that where they're like, look at that frame on that thing. You can still
Look,
see
you
the
have rockers.
They're
and
like, you can still see
camcorders.
because I mean, I got my truck in Reno, and they're like, whoa, you can still see the frame markings on that where they lined it up and the paint markings and stuff. Oh my god, that's amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the rust. You're like, you're not from here, huh?
The plates should be a dead giveaway.
So, you got anything? You got anything in the works right now for new video coming out?
So, and hopefully you guys can hear me because, like, I lived on my military base and my signal is kind of going in and out. So just let me know if for some reason it kind of cuts out on you. I'm just trying to walk around my yard. It's like pay way too much for a cell phone good service. But so technically, so I actually have a 63 C10 that has a 12 valve Cummins in it, and I've had that for a couple of years, and there's like 18 videos on that.
Nice.
Is
But
it
I
for sale?
there's a guy who put a down payment on that out in Texas, so I'm actually shipping it out to him to Texas. He bought that.
Sweet.
And I drove that thing to Cars and Coffee yesterday. I'm like, what am I doing? This thing's so badass, you know.
What shipper are you using for that?
I'm not sure. I'm kind of like leaving that up to him to do it, but just probably someone that pours it out to, you know, different drivers. You know, like somebody wants to pick it up for whatever bid.
Yeah, I'm sure Tripper'd go down there and drive it for a little nothing for you over to Texas.
I mean, cost of fuel
you
and
might
stuff.
have a truck by the time it gets there.
He'd have a truck. I mean, come on.
Might have tires.
Part out?
But no, I mean, like I said, you got a lot of cool stuff on there, and I'm telling people just to check you out constantly. Check out your YouTube channel, and just let everybody know, I mean, what you've got going on. I mean, you've got some cool stuff that is on your channel, and it is absolutely amazing.
Appreciate it, man. You know, a lot of the stuff, it's kind of funny now, is time goes on. YouTube's a fickle, I don't want to say fickle, but it's kind of a weird thing. I started, you know, you put a ton of effort in the videos, and that's what I was doing. You know, I ordered two 26-inch sawmill blades off of eBay, and I plasma cut them to fit the 6.5-inch, you know, spacing on so I could basically bolt them on my C10 and go like cut giant holes into the pavement and stuff for a video. And so like I was doing stuff like that where I'm spending money, and I bought agricultural hose and I hooked that up to the hater pipe on the C10 and I ran it out. There's a waterway behind my house, so we hooked it up to a John boat to try to power it with the exhaust. And you know, we kind of got it like to the point where it was good. And if we did another video on it, we, you know, probably could have got a little further with it. But so I was like spending money doing all this stuff, and then one day I was like, I want to make a 12-hour idle video of my GTO. So you know, just took a 20-minute clip and just like looped it for 12 hours, and then people were watching the crap out of that. And you know, 11,000 views later, I'm like, well, I'm gonna make another 12-hour idle video.
Nice.
And another one, and I've made about like 100 of these 12-hour idle videos. And it sounds really, really stupid, and it is. So now when you go to my channel, you're like, what's all this dog shit? You know, 12-hour videos on here, but like it's weird because I did one on like a truck back, you know, like a truck where beep 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 backs up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, I'll make 12 hours of that, and that one gets like more views than a badass Camaro, 69 Camaro. That's, you know, like,
it's because people are
shit.
like, really? Like, is this really just
Is
12
somebody-
hours of this? And then they
somebody
watch the whole
really
thing and
does
they're
it?
like, I'll be damned. It was
Like,
just 12 hours
wow,
of that.
somebody put this together. All right, so what year GTO?
So that thing's awesome. So I've had that for 23 years. I got that in 1997. It was a crazy
Fucking
big long
right.
story, but that thing, it actually sat out on a farm, and it was my mom's boyfriend's son's car, and so he drove it the whole time when he was in high school at Guilford. And when I was a little kid, I was like, you know, as far back as I can remember, that thing would come ripping down Business 20, and I could hear it, and I go running outside to see it. And every birthday cake when I was little, I was like, oh, I want a GTO on there, and the people are like, what the hell are you talking about, you know? And so like I had birthday cakes for like, you know, my 9th birthday, my 8th birthday, and I just love that car. And then when I got older, I found out like one of the vent windows, because he was off at college, so the car was parked on the farm. And I could like reach my hand in the vent window and pull up on the door, and it unlocked it, and I could get in, and I'd sit in it. Like, this thing's so badass. And so when I was 14, my mom's boyfriend basically was like, hey, you know, if you put up some fences and do a bunch of work here on the farm, he's like, maybe you can pay off some of his college debt, take over the car and pay off some of the stuff, the money he owes me. I'm like, all right. And busted my ass off, and then, I mean, for a kid, whatever, doing farm work. And on my 14th birthday, he gave me the keys. And I mean, it was a rusted, you know, you could see through the floor pans, and it was not, you know, it sat outside for 10 years on top of being driven in the snow before. But yeah, I started doing like body work on that when I was 16. Well, actually, between 14 and 16, I was putting like chicken wire on the, you know, because the rear quarters are so rotted out,
Sure.
fiberglassing it, bondoing it, and actually had it looking pretty decent, you know, by the time I got to high school, and it was all in primer. But yeah, that car, and it's in the garage now, but there's still more to the story on that thing. It's nuts, you know.
Oh man.
So yeah, I know you've got a YouTube, or one of your videos is actually on the story of how that car got to be in the shape it is and how it got to you.
Yeah. So it's crazy. So I had it in was pretty much bombing around it in just primer, and you can see the floor driving by. It was crazy. I drove it to prom, and the girl I took was like the French exchange student, and I took my a couple friends and my friend and his date, and we were driving, and the exhaust, I had exhaust dumps right at the rear, and it fell off. It was like homemade exhaust, stainless steel exhaust. It fell off, and so then it was like an open header on the driver's side right at the hole in the floorboard. So it was like open header, and then it was stuck in like first or second gear. I can't remember which one. And so I'm like on the side of the road, and I had to like take my jacket off and pick up the hot pipe, throw it in the trunk. And then it was like open header, stuck in second, like whining out. And we're like, all right, we gotta go dump this turd and somehow get to prom in a real car, But my friend's dad saw all like the work I was putting into it, and he just got out of prison. And he was like, hey man, he's like, I could make this thing really, really nice, and I could do a rotisserie, frame off restoration for like $4,000. I was like, okay, whatever. And I was able to go to the bank, and I took out a $4,000 loan. I was like 18 at the time, and I gave him $2,000 up front, and then he took it away, and then he gave him the other $2,000, and then that thing sat for like 12 years. And I didn't bug him because I didn't have the money, and he didn't, come chasing after me for stuff. And then finally I was like, hey, maybe I'll just come pack up my car since you guys didn't really do much. And then he's like, we'll start doing the work to it. But long story short, I kind of ran out of money. I was like, you know what? I'm like, I'll just kind of make a rat rod. I'll just do my best to put it together. And he's like, you know what? My friend's dad, who kind of started working on the car in his garage, owned Coachman's Body Shop in Rockford or Machete Park, Illinois, and they were, turning a huge business. They had a ton of employees and tow trucks, so they did a frame-off restoration. They painted the drive shaft, the shocks. They did all the wiring, and for my wedding in 2015, they like brought the car down and like delivered to my house and did everything for the $4,000. I mean, I paid for all the parts and everything. I just couldn't keep up with the cost of labor and everything. So he's like, you know what? The owner, Denny's like, I'll do everything for what I originally told you, the $4,000 you invested in our company, and that's what I told you. And by golly, he stuck to it. So I'm super, super lucky. I got a badass car that's like, they put a new frame, they put new quarters, new floors, new rear, new wheel wells. It's just nuts.
Rad.
No, I mean, it is really cool.
And what year is this GTO?
65.
Oh, nice. So that's like one of the first badass.
Yeah.
Badass. Yeah.
Stacked headlights. It's got a Tremec 5-speed in it. It's got a 400. It doesn't have the Rizzo motor, but
sure. My mom still tells me stories because my grandmother, her car was the Pontiac Catalina 2+2, which had a stupid 0 to 60 time, but she got to learn how to drive that thing in high school. Like that was her learner car, and I'm like, Jesus. I mean,
those Catalinas, did that have the 421 or did that have the 389 in it? Because I thought they had both in those.
Yeah, it was a bigger engine, but the 0 to 60 time was stupid. It was like 4.4 seconds, back then.
Well, they were also running those in NASCAR too on the circuit.
Yep, and then Pontiac Catalina was the precursor to the GTO. So, yeah, so that was super cool. And then you go back to the history with John DeLorean and everything he did, with that, and then the Firebird Trans Am and like all the cool cars, and then to DMC, and then cocaine, and wherever life leads us on some interesting roads. But dude, that's awesome. That's such a sweet year. What color is that? Is that like? I'm just like trying to picture this. I'm totally checking out your YouTube.
Yeah. So it's. Yeah, you have to sort through all the shitty 12-hour videos, but it's a Fontaine blue. Yeah, there's garbage, but people like garbage, so I'm like, all right, well,
fuck it. It's so whatever. Weird. It's so cool. People love it.
Gives me more money to buy car parts and do real shit, whatever. But
exactly.
It's Fontaine blue, and it had dark blue interior on it. And like when the restoration came around, I'm like, oh man, like this very throwback, like the dark blue interior with the light blue outside, and then I just like went black. I was like, maybe black is a little whatever, so I went black interior, and and it's got like 13-inch brakes up front, 12 in the back, and I'm getting rid of the diesel swap, and so then today I'm like, man, this sucks because I'm missing that, got to make room for life and family, and I'm like, well, it's like I could always do something cool for the engine, so I've been thinking, like, what would be more badass, or what type of engine, and this is where you guys could maybe help me out. I'm like, do I turbocharge it? Because man, you never see old muscle cars with turbos on them, and I'm like,
Well,
do you want to
do?
unless they're
You do one. I mean, so one of my buddies, he was the team manager, and I saw Hoonicorn a couple times. Well, half dozen times where Ken Block turbocharged the Mustang, and it started out with like 600-700 horsepower, and by the time they were done with it, last time I saw it, it was like 1,200 horsepower. So with turbo, you can go.
Well, it depends. I mean, do you want to keep with the 400 you've got in it now?
I'm thinking that's probably too antiquated, and I probably need. I mean, even if I swapped in, and not to be like boring and lame, to be like, oh, swap in an LS, but something that's fuel injected or maybe a little bit more modern that could. I'm not trying to get a shit ton of horsepower. I love the mechanical nature.
You know what?
The sounds of turbos and just the.
Well, do you want to keep it Pontiac?
I'd throw it this way.
I wouldn't even give a shit if it was a Buick motor. And
Charge it.
I know it sounds stupid as hell, but it's probably not really. I don't think that old motor in there would be the best to try to.
Well, I was kind of thinking maybe like a 1JZ or something like that, because I know there's a lot of power you can push out of one of them.
I mean, you can push a lot of power of a 1JZ, but like do a rebuild on that motor. This is just my 2 cents. Do a rebuild on that motor, and then blow it. Like put a supercharger on. I mean, you're going to take a little bit to lose it, but then that kind of keeps that whole originality with it.
You see that all the time, though, with those old muscle cars.
So what? It's fucking.
I mean, it depends on which way you want to go.
Badass. Or you can go with the twin turbo.
But if you want to go with something that nobody ever really sees, I mean, drop like a straight 6 or drop a Cummins in it.
Just turbo what's in it already.
Turbo
just run it until it explodes.
Yeah, I mean that's your other option too.
Then you already have the turbo. You can slap it on something else then.
Man, I don't know what the hell. You guys, I hear your show and you have technical problems sometimes. I'm like, all I heard was like turbo. I'm like,
yes,
I can't hear nothing.
Turbo
like,
it.
Turbo it.
Just slap a turbo on what's on it and just send it.
Tap. Yeah, actually, you know what?
If you can get to explode on film, that'll be good for the ratings.
Seriously, or you know what? Who wants to know better than your viewers? Ask them. Just be like, hey guys, this is what I'm thinking about doing, and what do you think?
Yeah,
ask them.
Take a poll.
Take a poll, man, because that's where your money. That's where it's all coming from. That's where your money's coming from, and ask them. And whatever you get the most ins, or the yeses, or this, give them like a couple options, like 2 or 3, and roll with that, and then make a video out of it. If you're gonna put a turbo on and blow it up, make a cool video of that. People will love that. Or if you're gonna supercharge it or rebuild it, make a cool video of it. People will love it.
Now, do you think they have good supercharger setups for like a Pontiac 400?
Oh, fucking right they do. Yeah, I mean, they're like, that's been around for the past 40, 50 years. Everybody put the supercharger. They blow the shit out of those things, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was all day, every day. That was like the thing. I remember growing up with those. You see the car coming down, bop, 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 big ass supercharger on it. And you're like, yeah.
Def Leppard jean jacket and a mullet. Just sad.
Mullet, smoking tires.
I tried talking to my wife and let me grow a mullet, and she was like, "You're not fucking growing a mullet."
Just do it accidentally one day while she's at work or something.
Yeah, I mean, have a haircut. It's COVID, isn't it? It's shut down there, so just be like, "Oh, babe, I cut my own hair." Like all of a sudden, wow, my beard just. This mustache just came out of nowhere. I tried to cut it, like the trimmer ran out. Like, where did you get these Oakleys from? They're like from like 1980. I don't know. I just found them on the ground score.
The sleeves cut themselves off of my shirt, honey. I don't know what happened.
I was going so fast they blew off, or I flexed so hard they just completely came off.
Oh god.
So what do you do when you're not making YouTube videos?
Well, you know what? I'm actually, it's funny, I'm on a 2-week, what do you call it, quarantine right now. I teach high school, and actually, I went in, there was a high school automotive shop position, and I was like, fuck yeah, I was like, that'd be cool to do that. And, not that I'd be experienced and cool enough to teach it, but I was like, fuck it, I'll try it, because I was teaching elementary kids, the emotional behavior disabled, where they shit their pants on purpose and throw it at you or whatever. It was pretty terrible, but it kept the day interesting and stuff.
It's like being in my house.
Did you get shit thrown? Wow.
I told my wife you have 6 boys. She's like, holy shit. I was like, yeah, dude, that's crazy. 6 boys in one house. Nuts.
That's why he bought a Mustang so he can get away from the kids.
Well, my wife says it's pretty much like living in a frat house.
Living in a frat house.
Well, yeah, because I mean, it's just it's something. There's weird smells.
Sticky.
They're upstairs. It's like everything's sticky. You just want to get the hell out of there because they have the whole upstairs of our house, and it's bad. And 4 of them are going through puberty right now, so it's like a war zone. I can tell you stories, but it's bad.
I can imagine with the internet age, I'm like, man, I wish we had that before back when we just had pictures of things. It's like, man, these kids have
pictures of creative imagination.
It took 15 minutes to download a picture.
You
by
had
that time
you had a Sears catalog you found.
No,
National Geographic.
It was Golf Digest. I put the other stuff around it, like wrap the cover in there.
I had a Kathy Ireland Kmart ad once when she was doing the lingerie, and I'm like, I fucking had that thing. Like, it was so worn out from I pulled it out of the drawer, It's like, oh, man.
Oh, man, the Sears catalog. I mean, I heard of the Victoria's Secret catalog, but the Sears catalog, I mean, that's like right up there with Penny's.
There you
go. That's cool, man. So you're teaching automotive?
No. So I went in to like teach. I'm like, yeah, I'm here to apply for the automotive job. They're like, yeah, we changed it to construction. I was like, well, fuck, I can teach construction. And they're like, all right. And I've been teaching it for 9 years. I teach residential construction, electrical, plumbing, masonry. I actually have better at that than that. And I'm actually I'm waiting. Harbor Freight Tools?
Yeah.
They give away like a shit ton of money every year. I'm like one of 50 people in the country they selected for their big grand prize for being a teacher. So I'm hoping that pans out because then our program will get a bunch of money. But
sweet,
so that's what I do.
Is there like a link or anything like that you could share? Anything that we could help vote or spread that around?
No, it's kind of up to the judges now. It's like
gotcha.
You just have to fill out a bunch of a bunch of papers and a bunch of stuff. So
for sure, that's all the best, man. I mean, the guys that taught me the trade, so construction, all that, even automotive, those are the people that taught me. Shit, that was life, especially in high school, middle school, all that. Learned so much from those. I mean,
yeah,
the other classes and stuff like that, they're great, but man, that's awesome. Thanks so much for doing what you do.
Yeah, no, it's good. I can't ask for a better job, so whatever, And it's and there's too many people out there. It's like, I don't know, you go to work to make money, but if you're going out there, obviously we know teachers aren't really making a lot of money. So I'm like, oh, actually, if I feel like I've got some of these kids that are now taking jobs in construction where they can go make a good living, and we're in an inner city school, and we're actually we're the first African American school in Tampa, so it's been predominantly that. So a lot of these kids, kind of a struggling neighborhood, and they're going out making real good money, getting careers in construction. So I'm like, I feel good,
sure.
Going to work and making sure these guys there's better options than, they can see, hey, I can go make more money than a kid that gets out of college in the trades.
Oh, for sure. The trades are where it's at. I mean,
yeah.
You don't have all that debt and everything like that, and it's awesome.
Yeah, no, that is very cool.
So wait, Tampa. So there's an interesting guy that got sent down there from there. Actually, he chose to go down there from New England.
Fuck that guy.
So what's everybody like? What's everybody's vibe on that with the whole Tom Brady thing going down there?
What kind of car are we talking about?
We're talking about. No, I'm just kind of curious.
Soccer?
So I heard part of that question. You said, what kind of what car?
Soccer. What kind of car? No, Tom Brady went down. So Tampa. Is everybody excited about that with Tom Brady going down there, or is everybody whatever? I mean, is that a football town?
Sports ball.
You know what? It's funny because I hear sports on the radio, and then my eyes roll back in my head. I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to be driving the car right now if I hear him talk about the Bucs on the radio or something, So I'm not a huge sports guy, but I know Tom Brady moved into this big ass house that was over, down over on Davis Island, and all these people were driving by his house to see him, and he's like, fuck this, I'm going to move somewhere where all these assholes aren't driving by my house every day.
Right.
And, but I know everybody's pretty pumped up about it, and the Bucs have been pretty starry for a long time. So I think if they don't win, then they're just cursed. If they don't do well, I'm like, with Tom Brady, they ought to own some shit hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, shit, you guys just got a championship with Lightning and stuff, like.
Well, he's probably a Bears fan, though, if anything.
Bears. Are you?
Dude, you know what? I'm actually like the Packers.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Well, that's
Perfect.
better. I mean,
Way better like the Packers. I mean,
I just figured growing up in Illinois, you were a Bears fan,
Yeah, that would make more sense. But then when I moved to Wisconsin for a couple of years, I'm like, Wisconsin's awesome, and I don't know why. That's kind of
because
whatever makes people choose their teams. I guess that's what happened after that.
Exactly.
There you go.
Packers are a great team.
Yeah.
I mean, we got better roads too than Illinois.
That's debatable some days.
Depending on where you go in Illinois.
Is that us or him?
That's awesome.
That's
us?
You guys.
That figures.
Somebody's shitbox is on fire outside. Not a big deal.
Tripper, go put out the fire.
Yeah, go check your truck, man.
I just filled it,
It's
so it'll
burning.
burn good.
It's probably my car.
I doubt it. Your car's fine. It's a Toyota Camry.
All right, well, Kyle, I'll let you get back to what you were doing. I won't hold you up any longer.
Yeah, appreciate you guys having me on the show, man, and keep rocking your show. It's awesome.
Hey, Art.
I'm glad.
Heck yeah.
Thanks for the opportunity, man.
Hey Kyle, share your link too. What's
Okay.
your YouTube? Just for the viewers.
It's just, yeah, you can just go. You can just search Modern Greaser for it. But like I said, you get on there, you're like, what is all this 12-hour stuff? That's what the people want. I'm just giving what the people want. But if you dig down deeper, you go down towards the older stuff. And it's kind of mixed in. There's just like a lot of, I was doing the C10 project for a while, like intercooler and just kind of hack job stuff, as you would imagine, and just
Sweet.
fun stuff. Teaching my mom how to do burnouts in the GTO. And
Yeah, that was a cool video.
Sweet.
That one was really cool.
All right.
Yeah,
But
we got to check
But yeah,
this out.
but yeah, we'll throw your link up on our Facebook page and stuff, and kind of pimp you out a little bit and see how that goes for you.
Oh, I'd love to be pimped out. I appreciate it, man.
Hey, no problem.
So, all right. Well, thanks for having me on the show, guys, and keep it real.
Heck yeah, man.
And we'll talk to y'all later.
Yeah, I mean, feel free to call in at any point in time, man.
All right, buddy. Thanks.
All right, later.
All right. Cheers.
And your phone didn't die.
No, it's because I have the cord wrapped around it. So
Oh, you wrapped around it 3 times.
Because you got the Ford cord.
I guess I did. It's just, yeah.
That's probably why it was thrown on the floor, crumpled in a ball behind me.
I would assume so.
Graham,
There we
you're
go.
Ford.
Did I just kill everything?
No,
Did you kill the
you're
board?
fine.
No, you're good. We're
Okay.
good.
Well, no, I just wanted to make sure because I know we're getting a little bit of interference, but
That's from
Well,
your
that's from your phone.
that cord, probably.
more than likely.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. The heavy
It'll be all
breathing will
good.
cover that.
So, dot.
Exactly. Well, I suppose, we've been on here for over an hour now.
Well, you're the host that boasts the most.
Yeah.
Well, we've been on here for over an hour.
You've been here for like 20 minutes.
I know.
Let's be real.
I spent like 45 minutes screwing around with this damn phone.
Now you can appreciate what Hammer goes through.
Well, yeah.
He just
But
walks up like bloop, 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 and it's all going.
Speaking of which, isn't he home from work yet?
No, he's not coming home. He heard you were here.
I don't blame him.
He was
I'd ru-
terrified there's other children here. He's
It's
like,
like-
good Lord.
I'd run from me too.
And there's a Ford somewhere nearby.
He saw all the shit boxes parked out front. He's like, no, I'm just going to keep driving.
Especially the biggest one, especially the one with the home on the back.
Well, then there's my teal shit box is like crashed into the back of it, pert near.
And then I'm
perfect.
behind you.
Nice.
The neighbors must love me because I totally crash in that thing
You sleep.
It's when
right
it
on the
starts
road there?
rocking back
Oh
and
my
forth that
God.
they get more alarmed.
Oh,
I'm
that's-
surprised you don't at least just pull it in, either the neighbor's driveway or.
Oh,
neighbor's
usually I
driveway.
do, but so like the one night I broke because it was raining like Jurassic Park. If you guys remember, like that first, like right after Labor Day, it just rained for like torrential for like 6 days straight. All of a sudden, I wake up and I start getting drips on my head, and I'm like, "What the hell is this?" I'm like, "Oh, drip, drip, drip." But that's water. Oh no! I'm like, "There's more water." So like the seal broke from where it seals from the top of the roof to that. So, holy cow!
Get some Flex Seal out and just.
Yep, I had to get some Flex Seal out. I went to the car wash bay because that was the only thing that had the big enough thing, and went in there, sealed that, had the Flex Seal spray, the tape, all that, and some spray foam. Had to take stuff off because I redid the whole inside of the cab over section with cedar and stuff, so like had to pull stuff off.
Yeah.
Replace insulation, so I'm like, fuck. Anyways, yeah, I stay in that as much as I can.
So it's not leaking anymore, though. on you.
No. It was rain last night or the other night. And it was squeaky clean, and then I was gone for 3 weeks. Left it at my buddy's house. Totally cool. Water collects in the one spot where it's supposed to. Drains off where it's supposed to. And then it's all good. I urethane the whole top. I think it was like in May I put it with like urethane. Put the whole layer on top of that. So
Sweet.
it's good. And then I got the AstroTurf for the party porch when we're getting wild at the beach.
Where's your party? Is it on the roof or what?
Party porch, you throw that on. It's kind of like an add-on. You throw it on. I was going to like hit it on with like liquid nails or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, so I got a couple bolt pattern where I put it on and then I roll
Nice.
it off.
There
Store
you
it
go.
in there. It's pretty cool.
Got to keep your turf clean.
You gotta keep your turf clean.
Yeah.
Plus, it's nice to get golf balls off it. Pass out on. Do whatever you do on
Well, you
AstroTurf.
just
Use it as a blanket when you forget one.
You just had that thing out in what, California or Nevada or something like that?
Oh no! I haven't been to Nevada in a bit. No, I was in San Diego most of the summer.
Okay, that's what
surfing.
I thought.
Yep. Kind of chasing the waves.
Yeah, because you got some pretty cool pics from out there and stuff.
Oh yeah, the place is rad. See myself being down there a hell of a lot more. It's a pretty cool spot.
Damn, I got to come escape from the kids and come down and visit.
Oh, please do. Please do. It's a pretty chill spot. Easy airport to fly in and out
Just
of.
don't bring the kids.
No,
Just-
no. I was meaning, probably,
Don't bring the kids.
Probably me and the wife or something. Or
Yeah. I mean, shit, that's where I'm going next. Next project, I'm doing sailboat projects, stack car projects.
Oh, you are now?
Yep.
Well, is that kind of in conjunction with what you used to do with boats? Because I know you used to build boat holes. And
Oh yeah,
hulls.
I used to build them and stuff, but now it's just kind of like something to pass my time, and it's a hell of a lot cheaper to stay in the harbor or stay in the marina than it is in the city.
So is that like your goal? Is basically build a boat to stay on?
Oh, build boats, flip them, boat flipping.
Oh, okay.
It's called opportunity. Buy something for like $1,000 or $2,000, flip
Yeah.
it for like 10. It's opportunity. It's just kind of like house flipping, just a little bit less money.
Nice.
Kind of
Plus-
like flipping shit boxes.
Flipping shit boxes. Shit boxes. You know what? That's what we need right here. Shit box flippers. Instead of house flippers. Somebody goes and buys shit boxes, flips them.
You need to just start dragging some nice rust-free cars back with you every time you
Dude.
come.
Yeah, like maybe a bed.
Give
for
me
an
a fucking
F-250
list.
or something.
Give me a list.
That's not worth bringing over here.
It is for me.
Well, I'll tell
My
you
bed's
what.
ready to just drop off at any time.
It'll be fun. You
Oh, you
just
can find
throw
those
a
beds
ratchet
out there.
strap
Do you know
around
what you
it.
find those beds out there for?
Yeah, like $2,000.
$200.
Where?
Yeah, they're
What?
like nothing out west.
They're nothing out west. People don't want them
Ah,
because they're shit trucks. Because the engine's all fucking grenaded.
So tie one to the top of your truck and bring it back for
I
me.
went to the top of my truck. All right, how many? I gotta pass under bridges, so
Just stand
You
it
know-
up on your tailgate holder thing.
Yeah,
just
there
stand
you
it up
go.
right there.
Strap it right to the ladder behind you.
Yep.
And away you go.
But don't. I mean, how am I supposed to sleep in my truck then?
Bro, you climbing through the window.
Yeah, don't you have a sliding window in the back of your cab and then underneath?
No, I don't have a slide. I mean,
Then cut
when's
one
the last
out.
time trucks had sliding windows?
I have one.
Yeah, because you got a single cab.
You can still get them.
Oh, you can still get them. They're hard to find though, and like especially with the crew cabs.
People just quit ordering them because they always broke. For like decades there, the latches would break off of them. They'd all leak, so everybody was like, fuck that. I'm
Oh,
not
my
getting
latch
out
is
of my
broke
next
off,
one.
but it doesn't leak.
Well, then they start putting defrosters on them too.
Yeah, that's about where you went wrong.
Defrosters on the back of truck windows.
Yeah,
They're
that's where you just went wrong. Like,
flat. I don't get that.
it's just too much shit on a truck.
Oh, here we
Power
go.
windows are pushing it. I mean,
Do you even have power windows in any of your
I
trucks?
do. I have working air conditioning in one of my trucks. Even
I can't
Oh,
believe
fuck
that.
you.
The teal shit box has ice cold air, hot heat,
So
power
what-
windows,
all right.
cruise, power locks.
So
It's got a
what do
key
you
fob.
think
don't have
about
air
like
conditioning.
those?
It's a 95. It's got a key fob that even works.
Yeah, you're 10 years older and I don't have air conditioning.
Well, you're doing it wrong. You should have bought a Chevy.
You should have bought a Chevy. You bought a Ford.
You should have
Nothing-
spent $600 on a beater. I stepped up my game. I went expensive on this shit box because I was going to plow with it. It came with a plow, so
Yeah.
You got a $600 plow truck?
yeah.
Impressive. Well done, sir.
I had to sell off the $400 plow truck I had last year because somebody wouldn't ride in it. I'd only welded the frame back together like 2 or 3 times.
$300.
Was it whatever? $300. It was the cheapest plow truck I could find. So then I had to go buy the second cheapest plow truck I could find. But yeah, the old green truck's gonna have to come in and get some love again. That thing, according to the internet, it doesn't run. Because according to the internet, it needs bare minimum of like 52 psi of fuel pressure to start and run.
Yeah,
it makes 40. Still starts right up. I mean, I pulled it around the house, but it doesn't run according to the internet.
I was going to say, you haven't driven that in a while, have you?
I drove it today.
Oh, I thought you had the quad cab or the crew cab.
No, I have the extended cab here. I didn't drive it here.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Good Lord, I would have had to stop and put gas in it since the fuel pump's bad. When it doesn't make enough fuel pressure to run, I can't be driving that thing here. I'd have to stop and put gas in it.
I suppose.
No, I got to tear the box off, put a fuel pump in that thing, and then I may or may not need the 125,000-mile engine I ended up getting. But I've got negative $10 into the engine, so.
There you go.
How's the old Corvette project?
It's kind of stalled, waiting on parts.
You got a Corvette?
My brother got one. It's a 78 25th anniversary.
Ooh!
It's a pile.
What did he get it for?
He paid way too much.
What did he pay?
$2,800. It's too much.
It's sentimental value, though.
Yeah.
But that car, we know when it's done up, restored, it's worth $28,000.
$10,000. You can buy a pristine version right now for $10,000.
Really?
Corvette market tanked.
When did the Corvette market tank?
Cheap.
About 5-6 years ago. Right when this one got sold the first time.
You can buy like a 20-year-old Corvette for little or nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, they give those away, the C4?
All
and
like
even
the,
like the 80s bottles,
Yeah.
they
The
pretty
C3.
much
Oh,
have
dude,
to
you
pay
want
the
one of those
C3s and
80s
C4s
bottles?
are just
I'm
not
just
worth
saying,
it.
they
With the
gotta-
digital dash where
They
they're
pretty
like,
much have to pay you to take it.
Yeah, you're like,
Dude, there was one for like $1,200 the other day that ran and drove, and I seriously considered going to get one.
dude, that's what we need. We need an operation.
As a winter beater, because
No,
it's
I-
fiberglass and won't rot out.
I
Dude,
like that. I
that's
look over at
perfect
Cody
winter
and she just shakes her head.
That's the best winter beater ever. Put some fucking studded snow tires on her. And
Put a
Dude,
Like
the
says
one that's
lip
in my
on it.
garage, I was seriously tempted to put the 3110.5s under the back of it because it was like sitting all monster truck status. I was like, that thing would clear 31s in the back. I was like, I should
I
totally
just say put like a 3 to 6 inch lift on that thing, and there you go. Why
put
not?
like some 24s on it.
There you go.
24s.
Some bling bling.
It's not mine. I just wanted it out of my face, but I'm waiting on parts because it needs
Pat.
everything. Literally everything. There's no longer an interior in it. The engine runs good. The engine was rebuilt like 20 years ago and it has like 3,500 miles on it.
Is that a 350 or 327?
350. It's like the 178 horse version. Makes none power.
Yeah.
None power.
It's 70s smogger. It's a fucking pile. Needs literally everything front to back.
But it's not rusted out.
Oh, it is. It needs
body-wise.
extensive frame repair.
Body-wise, you're good.
Body-wise, the body's not rotted, but
How
it's
cracked is it?
crunched and cracked, and it's literally missing an entire piece that would hold the weather stripping for the door. and
You don't need that.
I don't need that. It's not my car. My job is to get it mechanically sound enough so it can drive to Minnesota, and then it will no longer be my problem.
Now, can you trailer it and just pull it off the trailer and let it drive across the line?
Just idle it up into his driveway. Be like, look, it drove here.
The car dolly.
Just,
Car dolly works wonders.
I lost my car dolly hauling the teal truck home. It fucking broke all 5 lug studs off one side.
Really?
But no, if you hold it
Yeah.
up there, just park a block away from his house and just kind of let it roll on
Just
in.
ease her on in there. No, it won't even roll at this point. Like, dude started ripping the rear suspension out to fix the frame, and like, he literally like cut bolts out and shit. I was like, dude,
So,
like, we sold it to you for $1,800, and you were able to drive it home. And I'm like, now you're asking $2,800, and it won't even drive. Had it ran in like 3 years.
I think somebody got screwed.
Yeah, well, he knew it was sentimental, and
So he bent you over for sentimental reasons.
didn't bend me over. Whatever. I wouldn't have bought it. If
Yeah,
I wanted
true.
to buy it, I would have just told my mom I'd have bought it from her when she was selling it. But it needs everything.
New Corvette.
Yeah, but I mean, you think about it. This coming from him, the king of shitboxes.
He doesn't
It
want
is
anything
so
to do
far
with it.
gone that he don't want it.
Yeah. Like,
Well, I mean,
I went to show it to a buddy of mine. My buddy was considering buying it literally as a winter beater. he's like, do the wipers work? I was like, yeah, they sure do. We kicked the switch on and just smoke started rolling out. I was like, sure don't. Kick the switch back on.
So what does work on this car?
Heat worked bomb ass on it. Always
Did
stuck
it
on no
smoke?
matter what. You have to unplug the blower motor.
But did the car smoke when you turn the heat on?
No, I don't think. Maybe. I don't know. It's
Probably does now.
reeked like mouse piss. It spent 10 years in a shed just being a mouse orgy.
Nice.
You know it's pristine. Like I dropped the keys out of the ignition the other day, and they literally fell to the floor because that one's old enough to have steel floor pans still.
Yeah.
So those are just gone.
So did it fall to the car floor?
No,
or your
like the floor of the garage, just
Oh, okay.
clink all the way down.
So it fell through the rust.
Yes.
So it's got Fred Flintstone stuff.
Pretty close.
So if you break down, you just use your feet.
If you break down, you just set it on fire.
Seems like it's a little too late. It's trying to set itself
Peel
on fire.
peel the emblems off because they're apparently worth something, and then walk away.
It sounds like it's time for a funeral.
It went to a funeral. That was the last thing it was used for before it got sold, was to take my stepdad on his last ride. He was cremated. He wasn't, like, propped up in it. He was cremated in his urn.
In the car?
Yeah, no. He was in his urn, and he took his last ride to the cemetery in that car. So
All right.
we spent entirely too much time and effort. Like, literally, I think between me and my brother, we spent almost $3,000 getting it drivable enough to get there. And, you know, it still had its issues and then just kept getting worse.
So right now you have total with that invested and the other invested. You're like
You have more than you could buy a restored one for, yeah.
almost $6-7 grand.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a pile.
Yeah.
That's what being sentimental will get you, though.
Yeah, true. When you get connected to something,
See, that's why you
money's
just
not an option.
don't form sentimental bonds with cars, because they're all garbage.
Exactly.
You throw them away and you move on with your life. Like the green truck. I'm just going to scrap it.
Okay.
Cody's attached to it.
So here's the question: is he gonna cry when he gets rid of that truck?
I don't know.
I definitely would not cry.
No, he won't cry.
I'd part that fucker out, make money off of it, and then crush the rest and be giggling the whole way to the bank.
Yeah, but you still wash that truck, from what I heard.
Absolutely. I wash all my shit boxes.
You're just trying to distinguish
Rust
what's...
is the number one killer of a shit box.
Well, you're just trying to figure out what's rust and what's dirt?
Yeah, you can't have dirty garbage.
So you're polishing a turd, basically.
Yes.
Okay, no, that's
I
cool.
mean,
I do
you
the
gotta
same
polish them, make them look nice, and then...
thing. I'm scared to wash my truck. I got a feeling if I wash it, something's going to
And
fall
then dump
off.
them on someone's chest.
Well, I mean, dude,
A Cleveland
Car
Steamer.
you have a
show.
Ford. You have a Ford, Dave.
Yes,
He has like
I mean,
2 of them.
you're gonna hit
You're
gonna hit that thing with a pressure washer, like it's gonna blast holes in it.
Well, I have 2 Fords, a Mitsubishi, and a Dodge.
God, you really do hate yourself. 6
You
kids, 2 Fords, a Mitsubishi,
And a Dodge.
Wow.
Well, the Dodge is the work van. So,
Well, that's not yours then yet.
well.
Although
yes
you were
and
threatening
no.
to buy it. Don't do that, dear Lord.
Why? It's a good first vehicle for my son.
Do you
You
want
do
him to
not
knock
give a
up an entire
teenager a
cheerleading
van
squad?
as their first vehicle.
He's
Otherwise, you're gonna end up being a grandpa.
Not
Of
to
an
mention,
entire
they'll
cheerleading team.
fucking flip it.
No,
He's
they
not gonna
won't
flip
flip
a
it. He'll
minivan.
just end up living in it in your
It's just
driveway
a
until he's
minivan.
50.
What? He's going to Chris Farley it?
Yes. Living in a van down by the train tracks.
That was bound by the river.
It is, but
Oh, okay.
I mean,
you
come
live
on.
by the train tracks.
Otherwise,
not
you
the
end up
river.
Good
like
point.
you end up like me.
Oh, fuck.
And on that note,
On that note,
show's over.
I got to go home. I got to do some fathering.
like you cannot have that van.
No, actually, I mean,
The problem
He
is
just doesn't
you don't
care.
give a teenager a vehicle with that much space because then they cram 10 of their fucking buddies in it and go get themselves in trouble.
Not this kid. He's not that.
He doesn't
that
have
way.
friends?
He has friends. He just
Well, then he's gonna find a way to put a bed in it.
Does he
Need a
wear
check.
pants at least?
sometimes.
You
Again,
only wear pants
The
because you'd
last
be on a
thing we
list
need
if you
is
didn't.
another Milton masturbator.
No, he doesn't. Well, yeah. Shit. Well, I mean, he doesn't care what he drives, and half the time, and like I said, my house
Buy
is
him
like
like a
frat house.
Daewoo Lanos or something.
I already threatened to buy him a damn scooter or a Vespa.
Dude, I've been eyeballing for mopeds, but everybody wants like actual money for them all of a sudden to get.
Yeah, everybody always wants actual money for
Well,
mopeds.
what he found, we went down this one store down in Rockford. He found this regular bicycle that has a little like 2-stroke engine hooked to it. And I threatened to buy that for him for his first car. He's like, "Oh, that'd be
sweet.
Cool. That'd be awesome. I don't care." And
feel
now
like you
when
will when it's raining or snowing.
Now he wants it. And it's like, shit. That backfired on me.
Weird.
Then I got one kid that wants old Dodges, and that's like his obsession. And I got other kids that just don't give two shits. One wants the Mercury Grand Marquis that I had. That's what he wants.
I mean, that's decent. And Grand
Hey, you're
Marquis
the first
aren't bad.
bathroom break.
Just drove an hour.
Yeah?
I waited an hour for Dave to get here.
Dave's slow.
Dave, I mean, it's like the Ford truck. You're slow. You're always the last one of the race. Last one of the finish line.
Well, no, I just have no concept of time.
No, the Dodge is always last because the transmission goes out.
That's why they dropped out of NASCAR altogether. Although they did finish with the championship.
Don't worry, folks. We hate every manufacturer here.
Oh, it's true.
All of them are junk.
But yeah, they did finish with the championship, and that was one of the greatest interviews my driver ever had. Totally fucking shit-faced drunk. And they tried to interview him.
That's one way to do it. I'm not really sure what to do with my hands right now.
I'm not sure what to... If you don't like Wonder Bread, then fuck you.
Well, no, and he's they're interviewing him going, "Hey, how'd you win, or how do you like winning that championship?" And he's just drinking his big-ass fucking cup of beer. He's like, "It's great!" And just fucking lit. Anybody ever gets a chance, check out that video. Look at Brad Keselowski drunk championship video. It is funnier than hell.
I really got to piss. I had 12 beers while I was driving.
No, he's got one of those big, like, gallon, like, shoes, the boots.
Das Boot.
Yeah, he's got a Das Boot. He's got that, like, filled, it looks like, and just going to town with that thing.
That's pretty awesome.
But when your sponsor's Miller Lite, I mean...
Well, you know, I had a
remember my
six-pack
first
before
beer.
the race, 12 beers during the race, and 14 cents.
Miller Lite?
Yeah.
You call that beer?
Hey, you know what? I'm pretty sure he gets it for free.
I mean, you gotta drink.
Exactly.
When you're inside of the cameras, you got to drink your sponsor.
You gotta
Some-
drink like 10 of them.
Hey,
like
come on.
into one.
If they're giving you money and they walk up and go, "Here's a keg of beer," what are you going to do? No, thank you.
No, I mean you're gonna say
Jeff
thank
would be
you.
like, sponsored by toilet water. I'll drink it. Fuck it.
Sponsored by toilet water. Send it. Recycled water. Like, where's that wastewater treatment plant? I'm gonna sit right there and drink it.
Yeah, see? So, I mean, you're pretty much going to pimp out whatever you got.
Yeah.
Hey, they give you money, you're their bitch.
Dude,
It is
I
what
was
it
a
is.
pro athlete. I was a fucking snowboarder that, that was my game.
Were you for Monster or...
Yeah, Monster. All those.
So,
like,
okay,
Oakley.
after a while, were you pissing green? Like role
All right.
models?
No, you
So,
don't.
No, you
It's
know the
fine.
truth about that stuff? None of us drank it. They gave us cans full we had cans full of water, because do you really think
Athletes are going to be drinking that
you
shit?
want to drink that stuff at 9 o'clock at night when you're going to go to bed or going
What?
to go rage? I mean, unless you're going to go
Yeah.
rage face.
I was drinking 6 to 8 cans of it a day for quite a while there.
Jesus, you might...
Until he met somebody that told him how important water is.
No, I would slow down by then. That was when my first kid was born, and I was working 2 jobs and getting none sleep.
Yeah, that's... There's a lot of bad stuff
Oh, it's straight
in
poison.
that. Yeah. I mean, it's the next... I really believe that energy drinks and all that stuff is going to be the next cigarette.
Probably.
And one day, they're going to be like, hey, this causes colon cancer, esophagus cancer, this... if you drink too
Anxiety,
many-
your heart might explode. You might
Your
get
height, yeah.
diarrhea, blurred vision.
You might get tired. You got blurred vision from it? Jesus.
irritability. No, just heart palpitations. Not a big deal.
No big deal.
Oh, and
Side effect.
and the itchy, sweaty feeling from all the niacin.
And
Ooh,
impotence.
the niacin flushing.
I was definitely never impotent.
Same.
Yeah, look at this guy.
5-hour
Well, I
energy
mean,
will do that.
Drink like a
Mountain Dew
gallon of
over
Mountain Dew
here.
a day.
Mountain Dew, he's like, this is my birth control plan. How'd that work
Shit,
out
they
for
didn't
you?
work out well.
No.
God knows I can't pull out.
Obviously, you
When
can't
in
back
doubt.
out of a parking stall.
No.
I just go in farther. How's this work?
Yeah, that doesn't work well either.
He's like,
All right.
R for race. Got it.
Okay.
Well,
As
isn't
for
it-
said it.
First one that gets there wins.
you're not first, you're last.
All right, I suppose, guys, we should probably get off. We're actually going on almost an hour and a half.
It's been like
Hour and a
almost
half.
24 hours
Well, I
since
mean,
I got off.
It's been a while.
It's been it's been a great fucking show of me and Tripper and Dave figuring out how to run this stuff.
I got to give a special thanks to Kyle for calling in. And
Hi, Kyle.
guys, go check him out. Modern Gas
Greaser.
Modern Greaser. God, I suck at this.
I shared his YouTubes on the Blown Pistons and the Shops pages.
Uh-oh, the
See, at
boss
least-
is here. He's pissed. He's been listening
At
in.
least one of us doesn't suck. Hi. How's it going?
He forgot to introduce everyone.
No, I
No, he
introduced
did
these
that.
two. You weren't here yet.
Oh, I didn't see that.
We have no clue.
Try it now.
He's feeling it up.
Speak.
Hard no.
Hard no.
Nope.
Which one are you?
Brown. Oh.
Wait, what was that?
Nope. Nope. Unyellow all them. There you go.
Fuck
Oh,
over.
yep. Now he's
Jesus
on.
Christ, whole milk.
There we go.
Can you hear me now, folks?
Hey,
Oh my!
did you listen to the
God.
show?
No.
You're glad you
Because-
didn't.
Because there's like tens and tens of people trying not to listen to your fucking dumb diatribe who can't even introduce a fucking co-host.
No, I did too. I introduced these two. She
you
wasn't
enjoy,
here
yeah,
yet.
just
Yeah,
two.
I wasn't here.
Fine, let
She
me introduce.
shows up and you don't even fucking introduce her. You're just like, hi, Cody.
Hi, this is Cody.
Fine, everybody. Cody's
Now
here.
to David's right is Cody and the Hammers.
and Hammer.
Dad's home and he's pissed. And we've got to go. Oh man.
He's going to get the belt.
Hey, you know, at least after 20 minutes, I did figure out how to hook my phone up to this.
Oh, good, good.
And then
So
it
we
died
Had, we had Kyle call in.
twice.
Had a good
Yeah.
interview. Great
Hi,
interview.
Kyle.
Yeah, God damn it, Cat.
So, you know, since you're producer, you should listen to it maybe at some
Maybe
point.
eventually.
I wouldn't.
Since I
Don't
own the,
shit on
since
him.
I own the fucking network.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
You'll pull your hair
you-
out.
Well,
Yeah.
I just want to say hi to all the truck drivers listening to this diatribe. I'm sorry.
Oh, by the way, what sponsors are we supposed to...
Oh, my God, you forgot. That's right. You
We're
forgot
still live.
the
Go
fucking...
for it.
Thank you for listening to Bad Habits Network, brought to you in part by IdealVaporLLC.com, where if you use the code at checkout, BHN15%, you get 15% off of your entire purchase. That's IdealVaporLLC.com. The code, BHN15%. Dave's a cunt for forgetting our sponsors.
No, I didn't forget. I just knew I could suck at it, so...
Oh my God, you suck so
What?
bad it hurt. I have an indented asshole now because you suck so bad.
Wow.
Okay.
What are you doing later,
Holy
Dave?
fucking nipple twisters.
So, do we want to do anything else?
No.
How about not suck?
Just kill this shit
Fine.
show.
All right, whatever. Jeez.
Have a wonderful Sunday, folks.
Check us out tomorrow live at fucking 8:30 Central.
Hey,
Kobe.
They don't suck as bad as we do tonight.
Tonight?
Can't you do that shit earlier so I can play?
All right. Huh? What? Yeah, I got the black one.
Black one, nice.
If anybody's wondering, it is
got
what
the
it is.
black Daytona 500. He got a big black one. He got a big black Daytona 500 T-shirt.
All right, guys. So, anybody want to say goodbye?
No. Just
your
end
cow.
it.
Deuces.
All right. Fuck you guys.
Bye. I'm out.
Fuck you guys. We are out.
Bye.
Wait, we're not out yet.
Yeah, bye.